So here is my entrant for Experimental Airlines WTF plane competition. I have a twin configuration set up. I got some heads-up RC 300 class Blue Wonders on there with some 3-bladed 6x3 props, I think. So I'm just going to be going over the specifications of this, what I used to build it, and how I came up with the idea. So first off, I'm going to show that I have the requirements for this competition. Here's my folded foam board fuselage, and the wing is an Armin wing. It's folded over like that. Now the unusual thing about this wing is I added a little bit extra lift for the size that it is. It's a 40-inch wing, and I also added these extensions by just gluing them on and taping them. So before, I initially just had the 30-inch wing, and I realized that was probably going to be too short, so I did add the extensions, and they work very well. I mean, the whole aileron moves, and they do add a significant amount of lift. Now, when you see this Maiden, I'm doing this intro after I've already maidened it. It does get a lot of lift from this wing, and that does add to some kind of strange flight characteristics, where it will have a max speed, and increasing the throttle will just sort of make it have a little bit more power and a little bit more torque. So this is actually a 3-channel plane. I didn't include any rudders. I didn't think I would need any, and I did not. It tracks very well. I don't need to add any rudder input at all, so I'm just going to leave that there. The reason I have this really weird tail boom configuration and not just a straight back configuration was because I was initially going to put 3 motors on it, but I realized at the last minute that one, that would be draining the battery too fast and I wouldn't be able to fly it for very long, and also it's a bit too heavy. So with these 2 motor configurations, it cruises around great, just at half throttle, with an 1800 milliamp hour battery, and that seems to be the perfect size battery for this. It'll give about maybe a 10-15 minute flight time, which is perfect for FPV, which is I'm going to get into later. So let's take a look at the underside of the plane. Here I have all my wiring. I got my 2 12-amp ESCs and 5-gram servos. I used floss picks for these control rods, and the problem that you'll see, I'll also explain this later when I do the Maiden, but I did cut these holes a little bit too big, so these are moving around a lot, and that does cause a lot of noise from vibration. I initially thought it was the motors and the prop savers that I was using, but it was actually just that, so I'm going to have to fix that in some way. And then here I got my receiver and then my elevator servo. The CG is about, I think, 2 inches back from the leading edge. I have a little marker right there. You kind of see it. So there are a couple of reasons I decided to make this plane, and one of them is which I wanted a smallish plane that I could put a micro FPV camera on. Just mount it right here in the front, and since it's a twin, the propellers don't get in the way of the camera. And this is going to be a very, very good FPV plane. And speaking of which, I may do plans or something, or a build video, if you guys want me to. I know I'm definitely going to publish an article on this on the flight test website, and I will post this on the forums, which is probably where a lot of you will be viewing this. But yeah, so just message me if you have any questions about the design overall. You will get a flight experience with the Maiden again, and I will do more testing with this when I get out to the field in like the grassy area, because where I take this for the Maiden, I take it to just up the street from my house. There's like a dirt path area, and I just didn't want to stall test it or anything there, but I have a feeling it will stall out nicely. It won't. I don't feel like it's going to drop a wing or anything. But otherwise, yeah, let's see the Maiden. Alright, so this is our 3rd Maiden today, but unfortunately we lost all the footage. This is like the 3rd time we shot this because I'm an idiot and I keep forgetting to change the video mode of the camera from slow-mo to normal.
Low speed, it's still cruising around. Like, I'm dropping the throttle, and it just sort of keeps going. Weird. You know what, I think it's because I have that high lift wing on there. That just makes it so at lower speeds, it can just sort of float. Almost even more than if it was at high speed. Alright, so I think that's enough footage for now. I'm going to bring it on in.
So that's about going to wrap up the video, guys. I will do further tests on this, and I'm going to do more flights so that we can get the two takeoffs and 2 landings requirement for the competition, and also so I can do some more testing with this and with the addition of FPV. I just wanted to get this Maiden out there because I've been working on this plane for a while, and I just needed to get a video out. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you liked this video, hit the like button. If you didn't like it, hit the dislike button. And as always, thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.